What's up, y'all? Welcome to our MLB Opinions of the Week. First one. We're having a second one coming out after a long awaited time for the second one, but this also means it's becoming that time of year, Austin. We're going to have three sports going on, maybe four if you count the XFL/USFL. And once again, I am joined by the Yankees man, the man in the pinstripes, Austin.
I do love me some Yankees, and let me just say this: I definitely predicted they're going to make the playoffs, but I'd hopefully say that you as well agree with that. But
We'll see.
we'll see. It's a long season. Do you want to start in the NL or the AL?
Let's go AL. Let's go AL East for you.
Okay, so my AL East in order: Yankees, Orioles, Rays, Blue Jays, Red Sox.
Ooh, okay. We have two agreements. Red Sox being last and the Yankees being number one. Even though um I know shoot, why do I Carlos Rodon's having a little forearm discomfort and Frankie Montas shoulders out. I still think the Yankees can do it. I'm very intrigued to see what happens. But you have Judge, you have Bader. I think Bader is going to be a huge player.
I agree, and I hope we can call up our guys. I hope Volpe starts
Oh,
on
Volpe.
the
That's another
Yankees,
one.
but there's a lot of guys. Obviously, Jason Dominguez. I'm just so ready. But what was the rest of yours?
So this is where we disagree. I have Rays at two. I'm believing and they're gonna bounce back. Then I have Blue Jays and Orioles. I thought about going Orioles over Blue Jays. I couldn't imagine a world where like it could happen, but I'm just not sure if the Orioles. I think they're gonna be relying on a lot of their younger guys, which I'm just not sure how that's going to work out. And if it works out great, then yeah, I do think they'd put over the Blue Jays. But the Blue Jays, Barrios had a down year. I think he's going to do well. They still have Alex Gosman. Yes, Gosman, and that wasn't the guy I was thinking of. I was thinking of their number
Kevin
one.
Gosman, not Alex.
Oh, I was thinking of Alec Manoah and Kevin Gosman.
Yeah,
I was thinking of Alec
you just
Manoah.
combine them.
Yeah. So I'm gonna believe in them, and they did lose Teoscar. But Rays, I think you have the Orioles over Rays, which I'm a little bit surprised by.
I think this young crew of Orioles players that have not tasted it and are hungry to taste the playoffs, and I'm confident they're going to do their best to get there, and I do have them above, like I said, the Rays, Blue Jays, and Red Sox.
Okay. All right. Anything noticeable on my end?
You went with what was expected. I don't blame you.
Okay.
So I
Interesting.
guess you did put the Rays above one higher than most people. Most people would have the Blue Jays above them, but you didn't do anything too crazy. I went a little bit
Okay.
out of the box, but I still wasn't that crazy. I
Yeah.
feel like
No.
if you didn't have the Yankees at one, that'd be pretty wild. But
Yeah. They just look great, and on the Harrison Bader, I just don't think I've heard enough people talk about what Bader I think can do for the Yankees, or am I just listening to the wrong places?
uh, I understand what you're saying. He was amazing for us in the playoffs, and I was so happy that we had him. And I can't wait to see a full season with him. But we can move on to the AL Central, and you can go first.
All right. I've this one. I probably played it. It's probably expectable. This one. I have Guardians number one, winning the division. Twins two, White Sox three, Tigers four, five Royals.
We almost completely agree. Guardians, Twins, White Sox, Royals, Tigers. I have Royals
Ooh.
above the Tigers. I think the Royals are a better team, and I like their prospects more. But I think this one's pretty predictable. I mean, last year it wasn't obviously predictable, and that's what caused us to be completely wrong about what was going to happen. But I feel like this year it's going to be more predictable. Hopefully, you and I both didn't go too predictable here and kind of mess up our predictions. But at least we're pretty close. The only thing we changed, Royals were higher in mine, Tigers were higher in yours.
Yeah, this one was like tough. I couldn't figure out. I just think the Royals are going to be a mess, and but the Tigers are also going to be a mess, but just less of a mess. But yeah, we can go on to the AL West.
AL West, this was a tough one for me, and I went a little bit risky, but I don't think all that crazy. I feel like this one's just like the AL East in the fact that there's a clear 1 and 5, but 2 through 4 could be a little bit messy. So I have the Astros, Rangers, Mariners, Angels, Athletics.
Wow. All right. I appreciate the Rangers' love. I think it's a little misplaced, but it's okay. And this is another thing. I think there's a clear two in my mind, and that's the Mariners.
Them losing Mitch Haniger, I think, hurts.
Okay. But what about like pitching rotation?
I get it. I understand. I I think the Rangers made enough moves that if they can just get a solid bullpen, just a fine league average bullpen, they're a dangerous team.
All right. Yeah, the bullpen is a little bit it's weak, but I think if at the deadline, I think they'll probably trade some prospects if they think they can make a run. Or maybe they don't, where they go trade for a bullpen guy. But yeah. I have Astros one, two Mariners, three Rangers, so I'm not that far off from you. Four Angels, five Athletics. Angels and Rangers, though, to me, it's really tricky guessing. What do you think?
I just think everything's going to fall apart. They already have had so many moves, the Angels, they almost sold the team and then didn't. I'm not confident, and they're really going to have to prove something to me to show, hey, we can make the playoffs or at least be competitive this year.
Yeah, I do like the move of Tyler Anderson, but I also get what you're saying. It's most likely going to fall apart, but what if it doesn't? And then they're incredible. But yeah,
There's always going to be that what if in my mind, but I
it's
think
true.
right now I have to stick to my gut.
Okay, are we going to do playoff seeding
No,
for the
no, no.
AL?
We'll
Okay,
go over and then we'll do both sides of the playoffs together.
all right. So I guess it's my turn for the. I'll save NL East for last. NL West. This one, this is probably expectable. Padres won, winning the division.
Wow,
Dodgers.
Padres won. Okay.
Okay, okay. So I guess coming in with some heat. Dodgers 2, Diamondbacks 3, Giants 4, 5 Rockies.
Wow, Diamondbacks 3.
Oh, okay. I guess I'm all right. I wasn't
I
sure.
do. I'm not that confident in the Diamondbacks this year. I still think their pitching needs a lot of work.
That's true.
Um,
That's a good point.
I have Dodgers 1,
Oh,
Padres 2, Giants 3, Rockies 4, Diamondbacks at 5. I don't trust their pitching, and I think the Rockies are such a good home team. Every year they're a great home team, and I think that'll keep them at a blast.
all right.
No matter how
Um,
bad their team is, they're a great, great home team.
that is very true. They do have some hitters and they can rack up the score at home. I yeah, I don't know. I thought I may have been putting the Diamondbacks too low. I just really love their position players. Um, they got they got Dart. No, they traded Varsho for Monda. Who was that? It
Alberto
wasn't.
Mondesi? Was it Mondesi?
No, no. It's the catcher from the Blue Jays.
I have no idea. I
Ah,
can
man,
only
I've
name
heard.
along Kirk, but I don't think it was Kirk.
No, no, they trade because Kirk was so good. Um, and man, it's gonna kill me. So they sent Darton. They got Gabriel Moreno and they got Lourdes Gurriel Jr. Then you also have Corbin Carroll, and they still have Christian Walker. And then I'm wondering if in the middle of the season we maybe see an appearance from Jordan Lawler.
He's young. That would be a
I
really
know, but
quick.
like
That would,
he's been killing it. They have
defensively,
so
he
many.
struggled. Defensively, he struggled. But offensively speaking, I know in the spring training he's had some good plays. But looking statistically speaking, which MLB's all about analytics.
Yeah,
He still needs some work defensively, but maybe they call him up. Maybe. But that would kind of
yeah.
support mine more than yours because if they call him up, they're probably like, "Hey, this is a season of growth. We don't think we're even going to be close to the playoffs. Let's call him up."
Okay, gotcha. But yeah, I also don't really believe in the Rockies, so that's why I had them last. Giants, I'm just not sure. They probably have better
I like the
pitching, but
Mitch Haniger pickup. I do like that.
yeah, and they still got Jock, Peterson.
Losing Rodon's going to hurt.
Yeah, but they have their ace.
Alex
Um,
Webb.
yeah, Webb. Where the Diamondbacks really they have shoot, why do I remember his name? Their ace.
The Diamondbacks don't really have an ace.
I remember there's one good pitcher. Is that Galen?
Zach Gallen. You're right.
Oh, Gallon. Okay, gotcha.
You're right.
That's
You're
the
right.
guy. But yeah, their pitching is rough. But I really believe in their position players. And I also on the Dodgers. I have met two. I don't know about the Dodgers. I don't know if I trust their pitching health. And it just didn't seem. It seems like they could have a lot of problems. And I think the Padres are going to come roaring out of the gate and win the division.
I need to see what the Padres do with Tatis before I make any confident choices with them. But we can move on to the NL Central where I go first. I think this one's extremely predictable. Cardinals, Brewers, Cubs, Pirates, Reds. I don't think there is some discrepancy, I guess, but I'm really confident. If we're good division, I think I'm most confident, and that's probably it.
L, you are correct. I don't know if I said well or if it was like a weird combination. But well, we are correct. Yeah, Cardinals, Brewers, Cubs, Pirates, Reds. Almost had Pirates, but I remember the Cubs added Dansby Swanson.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
if things just don't go well, the Cubs could fall to the bottom, and maybe the Pirates do better. But I just don't really see it.
I think the Pirates still make a trade, obviously. So I'm pretty confident that that's going to happen, and I think that would really break up their chances at anything higher than four.
Okay, it's not Brian Reynolds to the Rangers, correct?
I don't think he goes to the Rangers. No.
Sweet. Thank you. I don't want him. Well, like I want him, but not for what I have to give him. Give up.
Yeah, the price is going to be pristine.
Yeah, I'm not giving them Lighter, Rocker, or anyone. Just because I love those guys and I like their future. Yeah, Cardinals won pretty easy. This one's tough. Which is the weaker division? The AL Central or the NL Central?
AL Central, because I think the NL Central actually has a contender with the Cardinals. Because I think Nolan
Okay.
Arenado, Paul Goldschmidt, two MVP candidates. I would say the AL Central, and just because I think the top of the NL Central is better. But I would say the bottom three for the AL Central is better than the NL Central. But I think the NL Central's top two is better than the AL Central's top two, and I think that gives them the edge.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure about the Brewers. Um, but yeah, Cardinals are definitely the better team. Um, I think the Twins might be better than the Brewers. I just don't really know what to expect from the Brewers.
Understandable.
But yeah, now we can go on to the NL East. Is it my? Yeah, it's my
Yeah.
turn. Um, Phillies winning the division. Braves second. Mets three. Marlins four. Nationals five. I think the only confident thing we can be in is the five for the NL East.
Yeah, I can see that. Unless Alcantara gets hurt, in which case I think the Marlins could fall. But NL East, it's a hard one. Those top three, I don't think we had any in the same spot. I have the Mets one, Phillies two, Braves three.
Yeah, I think that's fair. This one's really tough. I've said it before in other videos. I'm really high on what the Phillies did, even though Andrew Painter just got diagnosed with an injury. I really love the addition of Trey Turner. I know they're gonna miss Bryce Harper. He said he doesn't know, but you have Trey Turner. He's probably the two, right? Number Leadoff is probably why am I forgetting his name? Jeez, man, I am not
Kyle
good.
Schwarber.
Yeah, Kyle Schwarber.
I think they'd bat Turner one because
Okay.
Schwarber has more power, and so I'd bat Schwarber second. But um, yeah, they have a lot of firepower. I just think adding Verlander, who I think is going to be more healthy, is really the difference here. And man, I mean, between the AL East and NL East, I think both sides. This is going to give you a little bit of kind of a look into the playoffs for me. But I think both sides get three teams in.
Um, yeah, I have that in mind as well. It was tough, but yeah, Phillies, Braves, and Mets. It's going to be a huge battle between who gets one. I had the Mets lower because I'm just not sure if Verlander stays healthy, and
That's
or
really what
or
you have
maybe
to bet on. It's
yeah.
that decides where you're going.
So yeah, I guess we'll get right into it. We'll go to the AL and list our playoff order.
So I have the Yankees at one. I think the Yankees finally get the one seed, which is what they're going to be fighting for. The Astros get two, Guardians get three because that's our three leaders, and then our wild cards is where it really comes to the nitty gritty. Orioles, Rays, Rangers are my three playoff
Ooh,
teams in that
that
order.
would be fun.
That would have the Rangers playing the Guardians in the first round.
Ooh, that'd be tough. Yeah, I do not have the Rangers making the playoffs. I think they're going to be close, but they're
It's a common
still.
occurrence that I am higher on your teams than you are.
That's
It's
true.
a common occurrence.
Yeah, I'm just gonna vibe with the Rangers. I'm gonna watch opening day with Jacob DeGrom. It's gonna be great. You got Josh Young, you have Nate Lowe, you got Seager Simeon, and then I just think they have really good rotation, but I think they just got to develop some other areas like left field, center field, and catcher. I think should be good, but we'll see. You and
So
I flip are 1 and 2. I
okay,
have Astros 1, Yankees too. I just think I'm gonna give the crown back to the Astros. I hate to say it. I just think they're gonna be great. I'll have to see it if the Yankees do better. Yankees are 2, Guardians are 3, Mariners 4, Rays 5, Blue Jays 6. Very tempted to switch Orioles and Blue Jays, but I'm gonna let the Blue Jays slide in.
yeah, I just think the Degrom effect. If Degrom stays healthy, I think he's good enough to really power this team, and along with obviously other great starters on the team with like
But yeah,
Diaz.
he'd be their ace,
Oh, no doubt.
and which the Rangers need. Because then John Gray's now your 3, which I think he is.
I thought John Gray was hurt. Is he not hurt starting this year or no?
Well, yeah, a lot. I think they're just playing it really careful because like
Oh, okay.
Gray had some tightness, then Evaldi had some tightness, and Degrom had tightness, and of course the New York people were like, "Oh my gosh, it's happening." So,
Well,
um,
let's hear your NL playoffs.
what?
Let's hear your NL playoffs. So I did my AL first. Let's hear your NL.
All right, I'm coming in hot. Cardinals 1,
Wow. Okay, Kevin.
Phillies 2, Padres 3, Braves 4, Mets 5, and then Dodgers 6.
Okay. Wow. Okay, I have Mets one, Cardinals two, Dodgers three. So we both have the NL West as the worst number one, the
Yes.
worst division winner. And then my three wildcard teams: Phillies, Braves, Padres.
All right, cool. Yeah, I thought I was gonna be crazy. Well, I am a little bit crazy for putting the Cardinals super high, but you have them at 2.
I believe in the team. I just think putting them above. Let me put it this way: I think that because of the new schedule, there's a new type of schedule. They're not playing the division as much as they did in the past. I think the three best teams in the NL, record wise, are going to be Mets, Phillies, Braves. The
Okay, so
problem
that
is,
change is happening. Gotcha.
yeah,
My
the
bad.
problem is Phillies and Braves have to be wildcard teams. So that's why I have Mets, Cardinals, Dodgers, Phillies, Braves, and then obviously Padres at the end there.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's gonna be really fun. And then, yeah, I believe that's it. But yeah, the Cardinals. The only thing I'm worried about is pitching.
I think Adam Wainwright's going to have a bounce back year in his last season.
Yeah, I'm expecting Wainwright to be great. It's just like fun. They also have Montgomery, um, Flaherty. I know he struggled with health, and I'm just not sure of the 4 or 5. But their hitting lineup is great, and defensively they're great.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a pretty good one. Let us know what you think, and that's all we got. Thank you for listening to Outsiders Opinions.